Hi, I'm Caroline Chang, host and producer of Awake to Oneness Radio. I did a video like this a few days ago and I got good feedback from it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start trying to do more of these videos where I'm just sharing with my audience. Today, what's on my mind is the reason I launched my new series, which is called Truth and Freedom. Can we please have a conversation? I say that because I actually, before I even launched the series, I asked a few of my relatives, can they have a conversation with someone they disagree with? I mean, a conversation. A conversation is not an argument, it's not a fight, and it's not a debate. It's not even a debate because in a debate, you have quote unquote a winner and a loser. Okay. A conversation is just two people sharing their perspective, sharing their ideas, sharing their belief in love and light. Because at the end of the conversation, whether you agree or not, you still have love and respect for each other. That's what a conversation is. And that's all I have. I will not argue. I will not fight. I will not debate. And I have relatives, honestly, I'm being completely honest. I have relatives, that's all they do. I don't think in the 60 years I've known them, I've ever heard them have a conversation. All they do is argue. Now, when you argue with someone, all that is you trying to impose your belief on them. You trying to force someone to agree with you. That's all an argument is. Why do people feel the need to force their belief on other people? I've always shared on my show, um, you don't have to believe or even follow or even listen to me at all. That's your choice. But and I always say I share what is resonating as true for me. And I inspire others to go within, because that's the only place you find truth, is within your own heart and soul. So I inspire others to go within, tap into that truth within them and live their truth. And I say the only place you can find truth is within your heart and soul, because the outer world is not real. It truly isn't. It's just an illusion. It's just the outer world is just a dream of your own creation. And all there is you. You are the universe. Remember, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean. You are the entire universe. You're all that is in a drop. So there's nothing truly outside of you. You are projecting this 3D matrix that you see that appears to be outside of you. It's really inside, because all of it is just being projected outward from you. Science has proven that we do live in a simulation. I call it the 3D matrix. We live in a virtual reality. Now, I have never personally put on those virtual reality goggles, and I've never experienced that. I guess one day I might. I don't know. I can at least say I tried it once. I did that with skiing. I tried it once. That's it. That's no, I'm not. I see why people break their leg. I like nope, 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 nope. Now snowmobiling, I love that. But skiing, I tried it once. Okay, so I might try the virtual reality things headset once, but it's not something, I mean, this right here is enough of a virtual reality for me to deal with. So, and I know that I'm creating this virtual reality regardless what happens. But to get back to the topic of this video is having, I want each of you listening to this video to ask yourself, can you have a conversation with someone you disagree with, no matter what the topic, no matter if it's politics, no matter if it's religion, doesn't matter, whatever the topic is. Can you have a conversation with someone you disagree with? And at the end of the conversation, don't feel the need for them to agree with you or for you to agree with them. It's not about agreement. I've had hour longs, and when I say hours, like 2 and 3 hour long conversations with people I do not agree with. And at the end of it, it's always, we're hugging. It's love and light at the end of the conversation. And they understand me better. I understand them better. I respect them for who they are and where they are in life. They respect me for who I am and where I am in life. That is how every single conversation should go. There should be no arguments. There should be no fighting, because all arguing and fighting and debating is trying to impose your will onto someone else. And we're all sovereign, divine beings of light, each and every one of us. Each and every one of us sees life differently from our unique perspective. No two are the same, and they're not supposed to be. Not even identical twins are the same. No two people are supposed to be the same. And because they're not the same, they can't see life through the same lens. They see life completely different than you do. And you have to understand that with everybody. When you truly come to that knowing, when you truly come to that knowing that everyone is a sovereign divine being of light, living their life through their free will, living their life through their perspective and their lens, all you can do is send everybody love and light, because you know they're not separate at all. They're not separate from you. They're just another you with a different viewpoint, another you with a different perspective, and you just honor. And I never forget, I had a guest on, not Dr. Reverend Michael Beckwith. Actually, he might be a doctor. He might have a doctor in there too. But Reverend Michael Beckwith, and this was early on when I started my podcast. And he said, and I'll never forget, it's beautiful, that variety, diversity is the spice of life. Imagine how boring life would be if everybody was the same, really. And some people mistake oneness for sameness, when oneness is completely opposite of sameness. Oneness is each one is a unique aspect of all that is. Each one is a unique aspect of God. We're all God playing a game in disguise. Whether we vibrate high, like I do, or we vibrate low, like some people do. So many people really literally stay in a state of fear and negativity. The other thing I'd love to ask people to do is, for one day, monitor your thoughts. Are your thoughts generally positive ones, or are your thoughts generally negative? Because I do have neighbors that I will occasionally try to have a conversation, just, just in passing. And everything, no matter how I try to have them look at a situation from a higher perspective, from a positive point of view, no matter how I try, they'll say, okay, yeah, but then the next second they're right back to that negative train of thought. And it's really addictive. It's addicting. The way a person thinks is addicting. And I've been practicing staying at a high frequency, keeping my thoughts not up there, not saying every now and then I don't feel sad or lonely or any of those, things. What I never do is feel fearful. But sure, sometimes my vibration can dip. But usually if that happens, I'll think of something to do to like, I keep looking at the beautiful trees outside. It's such beautiful fall colors here right now. And it seems like it's longer this year. Seems like we're in the second week of beautiful fall colors. So I'm truly enjoying it. But I'll think of if I will not allow myself to stay at a low frequency for a very long period of time. I usually will do something that will bring me out of listen to music, listen to an inspirational message, journal. I love to journal. These are things I personally love to do. You find what you love to do, what works. I love going to the lake. I love meditating. I love yoga. I love sun gazing now, which is called solar yoga. And so I just find things. And I feel if I'm working on something and I feel overwhelmed, I just stop. And, I think, let me take a time for a break, time for tea time. I like tea. I love herbal tea. I try to only drink 1 cup of coffee in the morning because I need my coffee to get going in the morning. But I try to limit it to 1 cup, and then throughout the day I'll sip on some herbal tea and water. Drink as much water. It's very important that we take care of ourselves, mind, body, and soul. So we want to be mindful of what we put into our body. I personally am what I call, and this is my whole a program I put together for me. I am organic keto, and no processed foods, are very, very little processed food. So I buy whole foods, mostly vegetables. I do have meat on the weekend, organic meat. I just went shopping today and just got some organic turkey burgers for this is Friday. So tomorrow I'm gonna have me an organic turkey burger with some organic turkey bacon on it. Yes. So on the weekends, I allow myself to have organic white meat, so turkey or chicken, and also wild caught fish. So on that Saturday and Sunday, I allow my body feels like, because I was actually a vegan for 18 months. I mean, no cheese, no eggs. I mean, I was vegan, not vegetarian. I was vegan for 18 months. But then I felt my body needed some more meat protein. Everybody's body is different. So there's no judgment in that. You let people, like I was saying, everybody's unique. So you have to let people, so what feels right for my body, I call it flexitarian, because 5 days a week I am vegetarian, and occasionally I'll be vegan on like a Wednesday or Thursday or something of that nature. But it's mostly I'm vegetarian, keto, organic keto, and again, whole foods, not processed foods. And then on the weekend, again, I'm not vegetarian on the weekend. I have meat on the weekend, but it's organic meat and it's organic produce. And because I'm keto, the only fruits I have are lemons, limes, and berries. That's the only fruit I have. I think grapefruit should be okay, but I don't normally buy grapefruit. As far as a sweetener, I use organic stevia. I love my organic stevia. So it's good. So I'm mindful. Now, that's not to say every now and then I want a little junk food. Yeah, sure. But not on a daily basis. I'm very mindful. I try to drink as much spring water as I can. Only spring water. I stopped drinking water with any fluoride in it. So I do not buy that, what they call purified water. It has to say 100% spring water, or I don't buy it. So and I even make my coffee and my tea with 100% spring water. So I'm mindful of what I put in my body. I'm mindful of my thoughts. I'm mindful of how I respond to people. Because lately honestly, I've been not hitting against, I don't like the word hitting. I've been coming in contact with people of a much lower frequency than me. And I always say, well, I should be attracting more people like me to me. And then I got a message, a kind of a download message yesterday that the reason that happens is to test me, to make sure that no matter who I come in contact with, I stay at that high frequency. And sometimes I can tell that when you're at a high frequency and someone's at a low frequency, you're literally speaking a different language than they are. And they honestly can't hear you. Now, if you're at a high frequency, you can hear them and understand them. But if they're at a low frequency and you're at a high frequency, they literally cannot understand you. It's like you're speaking Greek to them. And I've learned when I come across a person that's truly not understanding anything I'm saying, I get it. I'm like, okay. I say to myself, okay, they're not hearing me at all because they're not near my frequency. And it's not a judgment. They can't hear me. It's like a sleeping baby. All I do is send them love and light. I stop talking at that time. When I am talking to someone and I feel like I'm just on a roller coaster or no, a hamster wheel, like I'm repeating myself and they're not hearing me. I repeat myself, they're not hearing me. I was like, after a while, I'm like, okay, they're not hearing me. So I'll just listen, but I won't listen to negative, um, like someone just going off on a negative tangent for a long period of time. I will let them get what they need to get off their chest. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta go. Honestly, I do not allow their negativity to bring me down. The whole time they're speaking, I'm sending them love and light and trying to raise their frequency non-verbally. I'm not saying that. I'm just doing it. I'm just sending them love and light to try to raise their frequency. But I can't listen to just someone go on and on and on talking negativity for a long period of time. So they do sometimes, they'll get my attention for a little bit, but then I'll find some way to, in that conversation. Because I love having conversations with people that are uplifting, where they're sharing the joy and the passion in their life, and I'm sharing the joy and the passion in my life. Those are the kind of conversations I truly love having. So I just wanted to really do this video because it's been on my mind a lot the last few days about having a conversation with a person that you disagree with. And at the end of that conversation, not trying to force anybody to agree with you. Not yell. See, what people will do automatically when you say so, I know this from experience with my relatives. Okay, I'm being honest. I'm an open book here. I try to have a conversation with some of my relatives, and as soon as I say something they disagree with, they just start yelling and shouting and blah. I was like, oh, okay. Well, why? Why yell and shout if someone says something you disagree with? We do still live in a free country, don't we? Well, I think we do. Anyway, we still live in a free country where there's freedom of speech. Now, looking at what's going on, what they're trying to do to Alex Jones, you would think there is no freedom of speech anymore in this country, but there still is. And I don't want to get on those, any subject matter. I'm trying to keep this video on YouTube, so I won't talk too much about any no-nos that YouTube might spank me for. The other thing I saw that I'm not political at all. I know who Candace Owens is, but know very little about her other than I know who she is, and she seems to be somewhat of a political figure. I looking through YouTube earlier today, I ran across her documentary about BLM. And I find the trailer to the documentary was very interesting. So for me, I shared that trailer with some people and they didn't have a good reaction to it. I'm sorry. I was just sharing a trailer anyway, and I think I will definitely watch it. So so again, certain things I have to be careful of what I share on YouTube because YouTube has community guidelines that mean censorship, basically. But it's all good. It's all good. So hey, if you guys haven't heard about the documentary that she did, you can find it on YouTube. I mean, when I say it's not free, but you can find the trailer on YouTube and decide if you want to pay and watch the documentary. I'm really, really looking forward to documentary that's supposed to be coming out soon is Plandemic 3. I'm very, very much looking forward to that. I'm sure it will be done. Matter of fact, I will have Mickey Willis, the creator, filmmaker, on my show after, because I did hear back from his team that he will be a guest on my show after he launches Plandemic 3. So I'm really happy about that. So, all right, I just said, it's a beautiful day. I'm camera ready. I went shopping today. That's why I'm camera ready. Anyway, well, honestly, when I'm home working, I am in my nightgown. I'm sorry, I am comfortable. So I get dressed for the camera. So I'm an open book. Love you guys. I really do. I'm gonna do more of these because it feels good. It feels good for me just to share me with my audience and with the world, basically. Whoever comes across this video, I hope they get something out of it. And please, I'm open to any comments or questions always. So remember, you can always find me here on YouTube. You can find me on BitChute. You can find me on Rumble and my website, and I'll have the links below. So bye for now. Enjoy this beautiful weekend. It is October 14th. Can't believe October is already half over and the year is like flying by, but enjoy this beautiful weekend. Love you guys. Bye for now.